If your goal is to make money with AI in 2026, I want to share with you a story that's going to change everything about how you play the game of either launching your AI business or leveraging AI to scale in your existing business. So pay attention to this. One of the things that I've realized in this whole entire AI space, and a lot of AI gurus are not going to like what I'm about to share, is the fact that every single person entering this AI space is playing the game as if AI does not exist. Let me share with you an insight that I got from one of our clients' transformation. So he went from zero to $100,000 in cash collected in 90 days. Went from zero to 100K cash in 90 days without using any of his own money on acquiring clients. But before I tell you the story, I want to tell you why this is so important. So over the last 12 months, I've overseen over 200 companies, people launching AI service businesses where they're selling AI systems to other businesses. We've seen people pivot from their existing agency offers, consulting offers, information offers, and start selling AI and hit their first $200,000 a month in 5 to 6 months. We also had other clients with no prior business experience launching in their first month, selling their first $10,000, $15,000 AI solutions to businesses. But even with all these transformation in these case studies, I still was not seeing the picture clear of what's possible with AI, just like every single person in this AI race wanting to make money with AI. So currently, before I kind of like break down the client's transformation, which essentially allowed me to learn this, I want to tell you what everybody's doing wrong in this current space. Every single person who wants to make money with AI is either on YouTube watching videos like this. And then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to buy courses from an expert who knows something that they don't. Why? Because they expect that this expert is going to teach them on how to leverage AI to make money with AI, right? And if they don't buy the courses, the coaching programs, the community, thinking that this is better, is they're going to spend every single hour of every day trying to master every AI tool under the sun. I'm talking about Lovables of the world, the Cursors of the world, the N8N workflow automation templates. They're going to build the best AI voice agents, a bunch of chatbots, and hoping that if they can just master building these things, that the money will come. Unfortunately, none of these methods is how you make money, simply because it never has. In the old world before AI, there were a lot of people who were experts, but who were broke. Actually, most people who went through courses, coaching programs, all the community were still broke in the old age. So why is it that now that AI is the new thing, how do you think that using the same playbook that kept most entrepreneurs who wanted to make money broke is going to be any different in this new age? If people who bought courses, coaching programs, community accesses, became experts at mastering all these tools in the old world weren't the people making money, why do you think that in this new age that buying the AI course, buying the AI coaching, buying the AI community, becoming experts at these tools is how you make money in the AI world? It simply isn't. I want to tell you why it doesn't work. In a capitalistic world, everything is all about timing, selling the right thing to the right person at the right time. And the most important variable of that equation is timing. Everything is all about timing. And let me break it down. I can find someone who got rich selling Facebook ad. I can find someone who got rich selling websites. I can even find someone who got rich selling AI voice agents a year ago. I could copy what they were selling. I could copy the market they were going after. But because the timing is different, I can copy everything that they did and still fail. Hence why in the old world, it was near impossible for you to replicate someone else's playbook, someone else's lottery ticket, and actually make money yourself. But unfortunately, in this AI space, people are copying the same playbook. They're looking at people yapping online, copying them, hoping that if they copy everything that that person did, that they're going to win in return. Unfortunately, it does not work like that. But how come our client was able to go from zero to 100K in cash collected in less than 90 days? And that is the insight that I want to share with you. So I ended up getting on a call with him and I ended up asking, how did you go from nothing, literally losing everything, to 100K in cash collected in less than 90 days in a market that you didn't know anything about? And here's what he told me. So instead of following the old playbook where you pick an offer or you recommended an offer, you recommended an acquisition channel, you recommended a niche, instead what he did is he went to AI and asked AI to find him a new market, a market that had a higher LTV than the market that he had previously been selling AI to, a market that was already buying AI solutions. And he also needed to figure out what AI tools and solutions that this market is willing to pay the most amount of money for, right? And the way that he got to find that process was by figuring out how the top 1% of that industry was scaling and figure out if there was a way to replicate that same playbook and that same system with AI for other businesses that didn't necessarily have the same skills as the top 1% of this industry, okay? But he did not stop there. He got AI to find competitors that were already selling this solution to this industry. The reason why that's important is because the best way for you to know how to acquire a client in a specific market is just find people who are already acquiring those type of prospects in that market, because all you have to do is replicate their acquisition playbook and their funnel. He did all of that and literally used Meta's $800 threshold that he had on his account, no money of his own. Before he liquidated that threshold, he closed his first deal, paid back the Meta threshold before his credit card would have been denied if it actually went through, finished the month at $16,000. The second month finished it at $50,000 in cash collected and $70,000 in revenue, and did the same thing again in the third month. When I witnessed that case study and that transformation, I was like, oh my God, have I been looking at the game wrong this entire time? We think that the humans are still better and smarter than AI. Therefore, we tend to give direction to the AI. We tend to limit AI into what we want from it, instead of letting AI actually cook. The moment that I heard this transformation, I went back to our engineering team and I said, hey guys, I just witnessed the only thing that matters when it comes to building a company with AI, which is instead of us being the people telling people, oh, this is what you should do, this is the offer, this is the market, this is the acquisition you should leverage, we should let AI find us the truth in every market around who's already making money and what's working. And that's essentially what we did. This past 2 months, my engineering team has been working on this thing that we're calling the truth engine. And I think it's probably the most important mechanism that we've ever created in our entire company, probably more valuable than anything that we've ever done in the past. And I think it's the most valuable thing that anyone can have access to, because what is the value of the truth? The truth is worth everything. Hence why a lot of people, use this quote, which is that the truth shall set you free. And that quote is so much deeper than most people understand. And I want to explain to you why. The truth is everything. If you're currently not where you want to be in life, whether that be in business or in your personal life, and you know that there's someone out there who's been able to achieve what you want to achieve, then the difference between where you're at and where they're at is nothing but the truth. It's an information gap. They know something that you don't know. Because if you knew what they know, then you would inevitably be experiencing the outcomes in life and in business that they're experiencing. So the biggest problem that every human has, not just in business but in life, is not knowing the thing that they need to know to have the things that they've been dreaming to achieve. And in my opinion, that is truth. Not with a lowercase t, because there are a lot of different truths, but with a capital T, the truth. The truth can help you go from 0 to your first 6 figures a year business. The truth can help you go from 0 to a 6-figure a month business. The truth can help you go from 0 to $1 million a month business. Why? Because people have already achieved those things. Unless you're Elon Musk, your goals have already been achieved by someone else. So the number one thing that you should focus on is not how do you work hard, how do you become disciplined, which course should you buy? It should be how can you find the truth? In the old world, finding the truth was almost impossible. The only way you could acquire the truth was through earning it. There was no cheat code. Doesn't matter if you bought the courses, doesn't matter if you went to school. The only way you earned insights that allow you to have an edge over most people was literally through doing things that most people can't do. But today, at least from the way that we engineer this mechanism, this truth engine, is success already exists online. People are already making millions and billions of dollars online, right? On Black Friday alone, I was on X and Toby, the founder of Shopify, said that they processed over $6 billion in a single day, right? So there is no shortage of money. People are already printing money online. And the beauty of having it online is that it's accessible to a lot of these LLMs, right? But not in the traditional ChatGPT, do a deep research way that you can do on a lot of these models. No. If you engineer it the right way, if you know the right process, framework to find the truth around which markets are killing it, what offers are killing it, which ICP, which avatars that everyone is targeting, the people at least who are making money, what are they selling, which funnels are they leveraging to drive traffic to and convert a lot of this attention into money, how are they fulfilling, and most importantly, how are they monetizing all these clients and customers that they're acquiring online. With our truth engine, we've essentially democratized the skill of being able to find what's already successful in any niche that you can think of. And as a Christmas gift to the world and to you, I want to give you access to this truth engine. But the best way for me to help you get the most amount of value from this truth engine is to show you how I've personally been leveraging it in my 8-figure growth consulting business, that is clientacquisition.io, and also show you how some of our clients have started leveraging it. We had a client who had a bunch of leads in his pipeline that he wasn't able to close, and he ended up doing a deep research for their market, built an entire report strategy from what was already working in this industry, and got on a second call with that prospect, showed them the entire, essentially the truth that was created from this truth engine to the prospect, and ended up getting that prospect to pay, to sign an $8,000 deal and pay $4,000 upfront. So literally, the truth shall set you free, because any prospect that sees the truth is going to want to buy. The reason why it's so hard to sell a lot of these AI solutions or sell any offer online nowadays is because people don't trust you anymore. It's hard for people to trust people online because everybody's lying. So when you're able to have the truth lined up for your prospect, they cannot say no, because you're not selling them on your service. You're not selling them on this potential outcome. You're selling them the truth. And you can literally go on a sales call and say, the truth shall set you free. Do you want the truth or not? Boom. And then they put a credit card on file. So I'm going to be hosting a launch event where I essentially walk you guys through this entire truth engine. I believe that this is going to change lives, because for the first time ever, success is not about someone else. Success doesn't depend on you. It doesn't depend on me. It doesn't depend on my frameworks. It doesn't depend on anybody. It just depends on, can you find someone who's already winning at the thing that you want to win? And can you get the truth mapped out for you and simply get AI to replicate every single business asset that that person is leveraging to win? We're entering the most exciting time to be an entrepreneur. And I'm so excited to finally contribute to this future because it is so exciting. I believe that with this truth engine, anybody can finally win. And when I say anybody, I generally mean anyone. As long as you, of course, have the desire and the dream and the discipline to actually seek the truth, right? Of course, if you're lazy, of course, AI, I mean, at least since we don't have the robots, they're not here yet, you still gotta work, right? But when you have the robots, maybe you can get it to click buttons on your laptop. But for now, the only thing you still need to be required to do is to have a dream and to have a desire. If you want access to this truth engine, click the link below. See you guys on the event. I'm excited to share with you. Take care. And last but not least, the truth shall set you free. Bye-bye.